welcome again to the GreenFleet Decarbonisation Hub here at the Commercial Vehicle Show CVS 25, 25th anniversary of the Commercial Vehicle Show, and we're here talking all things decarbonisation. And the real focus for us is to try and ask you and help you where you are on your journey to decarbonisation. Today, first thing we heard from Bob Moran. Bob, the architect of the Road to Zero, one of the key players in the government agenda, and he told us about why we need to decarbonise, and he really spelt it out in terms of how this agenda needs to be seen in the government agenda, and indeed how the government themselves are on a bit of a policy journey. We've got a lot of the measures in place for the cars and vans, but we've got a lot to do on the commercial vehicles, and it was those HGVs that we were focusing on today as we went through the agenda. And that was why we really stepped into Innovate UK, the innovation agenda. Innovate UK, Simon Buckley introduced it to the ZHID programme, which is putting 300 HGVs, zero-emission HGVs, on the road. We then moved on to actually talk about the trade body, the SMMT, one of the key leaders of the show here today, and Suki introduced us to the agenda beyond decarbonisation, air quality, that air quality imperative that we've been focused on, clean air zones, zero emission zones. That's part of what we can deliver through decarbonisation. Phil Moon from DAF really helped us understand the biggest producer of commercial vehicles in the UK, and they're now producing electric HGVs for that long haul market and starting to really penetrate that. Obviously from the electric vehicle side, infrastructure was one of the big questions. So Ian Dennis from Zenobi really helped us understand what Zenobi can do to articulate and consolidate all of the complexities of your infrastructure and your energy to make it easy for people to jump into that.
My name's Chris O'Brien, I'm a Transport Compliance Manager for Chichester Council. So we've currently got 38 HGVs, raising to 50 in September. So that's because of the new food waste that we've taken on. We've then got 41 different types of vehicles, ranging from tippers to side bin loaders to you name it, we've got it. So yeah, it's quite an extensive fleet. Been challenges because at the end of the day it's not what they used to, and you can't drive an electric vehicle the same way you drive a diesel vehicle. And as you know, drivers don't like change. But that's slowly coming around to it, and the more training that you give the drivers and the more input you put into them, the better outcome you'll get as an operator. We're just about to have a big breakthrough because we're going to go to HVO fuel rather than full diesel, and I know the council's local to us, Horsham Council, have done trials on it, and the findings are remarkable.
We've got BWOC with their HVO and their Sylvie Fleet solution, RAS Green Chill with touching on another area of decarbonisation often overlooked, which is the trailers and the TRUs, and really picking up electrification and decarbonisation of that ancillary engine that we need to think about. Those TRUs are actually 500 times worse than the tractors pulling them now, so that's a key area for us. AA Drive Tech have told us about not only their breakdown services, but how they are able to support your drivers, how they're able to support mobile mechanics. Plug Me In from the charging area, they've been one of our key sponsors as well. Certas Energy, probably one of the biggest players in HVO supply. They came and talked to us about what they're seeing in the HVO market. And of course our friends from Ulemco, hydrogen is still there, it's still one of the options, and we're seeing that play out, particularly potentially in the heavy long haul areas. Athlon, of course, from the fleet side, were here talking to us about what they can offer. And then our final sponsor here that Michelle was talking to was Verizon, and they've just launched their brand new electric van.
So here you have it, the Verizon SV, born electric, built for business and available now.
We've even got autonomous shuttles, so autonomy, decarbonisation, they're almost two sides of the same coin.
The shuttle is designed as a first last mile solution to help people get around sites like the NEC here in Birmingham, taking them from car parks to the halls. We're still in the testing phase, but Transport for West Midlands are our partner in this project, and they're working with us closely again to explore how the vehicle would operate as a commercial operation.
We've got new vans from Kia.
Here we are with our first ever commercial vehicle, the Kia PV5 Cargo, and we think it's a real winner in the commercial vehicle space, especially the electric vehicle commercial vehicle space.
Hi, so my name's Laura Foster-Smith. I work for a company called Sciences. We work with medical partners, including private, NHS and direct referral. My side of the world is that I run a fleet of 200 temperature controlled dual compartment LCV vehicles that deliver medication to the patients in the home. Pandemic had a really big impact on our industry in probably a different way to a lot of other people's. Our industry expanded. Because patients weren't able to be treated in hospitals, we were able to help the NHS pick up that slack and deliver things such as chemotherapy into the home. So it was a sort of a big weight from a lot of patients, and we were very fortunate to be able to be those working partners. So we carried on working probably even harder during that time. So yeah, it's an important side of the world in the cold chain world that I think a lot of people don't realise is medication has to be kept at certain temperatures, and you need a vehicle that's going to be able to deliver that.
We're here to help you on your decarbonisation journey, and there's a plethora of products available now to really help anybody with any journey and any decarbonisation question. And on top of that, we've actually had the Elm Mobility vehicle that's been here at the show looking at new solutions, new vehicles to actually address the targets and the decarbonisation.
I'm Andrew. I'm from originally Birmingham, I live in Stratford-upon-Avon now, and I work for a water company dealing with sludge and clean water waste. So all the vans are going electric. So we've still got some fuel vans. We don't buy fuel vans anymore. We stay with electric vehicles. Some challenges with that, as most companies are aware, is obviously having enough stations to be able to charge the vehicles because they're backwards and forwards. The time frames involved in charging to try and make sure you continue to do your jobs during the daytime. But overall, the idea is to go carbon neutral by 2030. That's the company's ambition. So they're working towards all vehicles and all mechanical usage of fuel fossil type mechanics, trying to get rid of and replace with electric type suitability.
Today I've had a chance to actually get around the show finally and to see some of the exciting product that's out there. I was particularly excited about the Isuzu D-Max electric pickup trucks. Are a bit of a passion of mine.
So hi and welcome to the Isuzu UK stand. I'm Dean Asplin. I'm the UK's EV lead for D-Max. So what we've got here is a global unveil of the all-electric D-Max.
We've also had a chance to see the new DAF electric trucks and of course hydrogen trucks, and hydrogen actually came in with our sponsors here on the stand.
Milk and More, dairy business, home delivery. My name's Mark Ling, head of fleet. We operate just over 1,000 vehicles, 80% electric at the minute. We've been operating electric vehicles for 100 years, and we took the further journey, if you like, to modernise our electric fleet back in 2015-16. So we're visiting the show today because we want to talk to people about end of life. Yeah.
So have you been given anything from anybody so far regarding
Nobody
that?
doing it, not that we're aware of. And we're asking, and again, we were already planning this years ago, and there's lots of people who say they are, and it just doesn't seem to be coming to fruition. So just desperately looking for somebody who can kind of talk to us about it.
Hydrogen featured again today with Amanda from Ulemco, really telling us about what the options are in hydrogen, and it's there to try and hit some of the parts that maybe electrification can't reach. So definitely keep hydrogen in play. It's part of our energy system, and it will be part of our transport system in some form. And I was pleased to speak to the team from Plug Me In about the solutions they're now providing to fleets. We know we've all got to decarbonise, and we know we're all on that journey. It's a question of where you are and how we and the experts we've got on the stand here today can help you decarbonise as we move forward to net zero in 2050.